Why do people volunteer? Well, I think a lot of our volunteers actually have started off by coming to maybe one of the Living Better groups and got to know the project and different people within the project. So they've sort of moved on from that, wanting to help, wanting perhaps to be more part of the project and get more involved. So we encourage them perhaps then to think about maybe coming along and do a training course and perhaps sort of once they've done the training course themselves, they might look to perhaps think of leading it if that's what they'd like to do.
I went along to the self-management course myself with another couple from another group that I'm involved with, and we all found it quite beneficial and quite interesting. So when the sort of opportunity came to do the self-management training, I went along to that, found that fascinating.
There's so many different reasons why people volunteer. So for myself, it was for fulfilment, for meeting people, for developing new skills that I would not be able to access otherwise without paying a lot of money. For the people who come to stay with us, through these websites, it's things like getting to know people from different cultures, learning all sorts of different interesting stories and ideas.
It can be a range of different things. I think people that volunteer with LGOWIT usually have come through a self-management process themselves. So they want to help other people in the way that they've been helped, or to spread the benefits of things. So plus it's a fun way of meeting new people, getting out and about, learning new skills.
Well, I felt I had something I could offer to LGOWIT and people who are supported through LGOWIT. I felt I could bring my experience in supporting people from other roles and my current role and from my past experience. So I felt I could bring something to that, and there was also opportunity to do more learning and development for myself. So obviously, there's an attraction there to increase my skills and knowledge, and then bring that perhaps back into my other roles that I'm involved in through work and in other roles.
For me, it's because it makes a difference. And that's probably why I came into it. So I have a few long-term conditions as well. And when we started delivering the courses, probably going back 5 or 6 years, the courses run for 5 weeks. So people come along for 2.5 hours once a week. But you see them grow and develop and change. And it's life-changing, some of the experiences that people have gone through. And just even to be able to encourage one person to change their life and have a bit better experience, for me, that's what makes it. And I think that's the same for the volunteers, because all the volunteers have long-term conditions as well, so our training's all peer-led. And I think it's about that they know the difference self-management makes to their lives, and that they can live a much better, fuller life if they use self-management and the tools and tips and techniques that we have around self-management. And I think giving that to somebody else and then letting them use it in their own way and then just see them flourish, it's just amazing. I could tell you many stories of life-changing circumstances for people, and I think that just empowers them, and you want to give back.
And that's really important. It's taking responsibility for your own health, your well-being, and taking an active part in your treatment and things. And managing your life, really, being responsible is what it's about. And I think nowadays that's what NHS is really looking for us to be. There's no doubt you get more out of our health service if you're knowledgeable and I feel if we're doing our bit, then perhaps the health service is more receptive to supporting us.
I'm involved, well, I trained to be a facilitator for the toolkit, and I've delivered or co-delivered one of the one round of sessions. So that's been really helpful to my development. It's one thing kind of learning the material in a training session, but it was really interesting and useful to then go into a group and see what the group made of it and get feedback from the individuals and see how they were using the materials to support their own self-management of their own conditions, and taking that back into their day-to-day life, seeing how they set up goals, how they work with goals, how they get on with that. So it was really useful to see it in action, really. That was very rewarding to see what a difference the material could make.
It's very important because I've seen the benefits it has for other people when they start to take a bit of control of the way their health is dealt with, that they're not totally relying on the doctor and other people to do it.
They also get a sense of purpose, they get a sense of achievement, of helping people.
I think the fact that we're not medical staff preaching to the people we're training, so the people come to training to learn how to live better with their long-term condition, and the fact that it's people who are actually living with conditions who are talking to them. The peer-led element of it is really important because we're not preaching. We can walk into the room with the same pain, fatigue, symptoms as everybody there, and I think that's the difference because you know that it's not false, we know what people are going through.